Amongst the fog of terrible decisions that the current Supreme Court puts out, we do get the occasional breakthrough of sunlight. This week, the United States Supreme Court took a position to protect the voting rights of Arizonians. In 2022, Republicans in the state managed to push through a law that would require proof of citizenship to be registered to vote. It would also apply not only to in-person voting, but also absentee and mail-in balloting. The Democrat Secretary of State and other officials opposed the law on the basis of it trying to restrict the ability for some to vote. The law was initially blocked by federal courts in previous years before Republicans pushed it up to the Supreme Court this summer. And Democrats called out the Republicans for reviving the issue this late into the election to try to interfere with early and mail-in balloting. With the election getting closer and closer, it would have been difficult for election officials to receive and verify all of the proper documentation to approve those who have already been applying for early and mail-in balloting. So had this law been put into place, it would have been a complete disaster in Arizona. But luckily, and somewhat surprisingly, the Supreme Court sided with the lower courts, keeping the legislation blocked in the state. The court did allow a lower version of the law to require proof of citizenship for state elections, but it will not apply to federal elections, such as the one this November. Both Republicans and Democrats are calling this a win for their side. Republicans see a victory in at least being able to put some restrictions into state elections, and Democrats tout a victory for federal elections. Similar laws have taken into effect in many different Republican-led states, with some even requiring identity or even proof of citizenship at the voting booth itself. While this is one setback, we can be sure that Republicans will continue to push for voter restrictions across the country, especially at the federal level. The decision is new, and we'll have to see more details about what influenced the justices. Naturally, the 3 liberal justices upheld the decision and were joined by conservatives Roberts, Kavanaugh, and Barrett. While the conservatives found a majority for state-level voting, seeing 3 conservative justices vote with the liberals is not commonly seen on issues this major for the Republican Party. President Trump has already weighed in on this issue, describing it as a victory for the right. He also, as expected, turned the conversation towards illegal immigration and pushed unproven rumors of Democrats pushing for non-citizen voting. As we are so close to the election, we likely won't see any more pushes for voting law changes, but we can expect this fight to continue long into the future. But let us know what you think about the Supreme Court's decision down in the comments below. And be sure to leave a like and subscribe to help keep this channel going.